It's 215 God, but don't confuse it with the real one. Glory be to God always. Listen, I woke up today. I felt good, man. Spiritually lately, I feel like I've been uplifted. Uh, Even through hard times, because honestly, times don't always be good all the time, but I'm here to get y'all content, positivity, and to tell y'all to keep going. The power of prayer is strong. And I don't know who may be doubting you in your life or if you're doubting yourself, but you can do it. I'm telling you right now, it's possible if you just try. And that's important to tell y'all. I always wanted to tell y'all. I always tell y'all that before anything we start or before we end. But just random stuff we talking about today. Like I said on Eldric be Yapping, the podcast now we're gonna have specific topics. I'm bringing the reactions on to the podcast to make it, not too far fetched from Eldric Reacts, but to still give you, some relevant things to talk about because I could talk about me all day. And that might sound like, self-centered or what have you, but it's like, man, I got to talk about the things that y'all like to bring y'all in so I can talk about whatever. I feel like that's important to do, to bring people in to talk about things that they care about or things that we care about because, on Eldric Reacts, we bringing you, you know, music, sports, uh, nerd stuff like, anime or whatever. Like, we can talk about whatever here because, it's a safe place, a safe space. And I ain't trying to get no case, so I'm doing things the legit way. Anyway, but coming in, you know what I was listening to? You know what I was listening to coming in? I was coming in, driving down here, and I was listening to that J. Cole.
J.Cole?
Yeah.
Jermaine?
Yes.
I was listening to that J. Cole, man, and I know for a fact that it's early in the year. It's only February. You see what I'm saying? But I feel like J. Cole got album of the year. He might even have albums that's better than the ones that came out last year. And that's just how I feel about it. But I know before when they was doing the whole top three, J. Cole, Drake, or Kendrick Lamar, first off, Drake is out of there, man. To what I'm into nowadays and the type of rap that I'm into, I feel like the superficial party, turn up, that's cool. But I'm putting the real before anything. I'm telling you right now, the real life stuff, the conscious stuff, I'm putting that before the shake that ass, man. Think up on the think up on the band. Yeah, every day. Shake that money, shake that band, man. If that thing, you shake your babe. I'm putting that before.
What?
I'm putting that under the conscious. I'm telling you right now. Because we can look at it like tiers. Y'all still want to talk that top three? Drake is automatically at the bottom. You see what I'm saying? Just because the rap is bull rap. You see what I'm saying? They all got their bull, but this is like just bottom tier to me. Like in my 34-year-old brain. You see what I'm saying? I don't be feeling when Drake talking some conscious relationship stuff, like I'm like, that's cool because you speaking your truth, and that's just a man speaking on behalf of himself and what he going through or whatever. That's cool. But maybe that's just because I'm not into messy rap now, the glorifying the pill popping, tricking on these women. That's like, and that type rap. I'm not even into that now, so I look at that as bottom tier. Now, second, I gotta pick Kendrick Lamar, and I love West Coast music, man. I love West Coast music. Even like my favorite rapper when I was a kid was The Game. From the documentary on up was The Game. Like, I used to love listening to Snoop Dogg. I wasn't, as conscious as I was as a little kid to listen to like a Dr. Dre, but I enjoy all West Coast music. So Kendrick, like he definitely got to hold that top spot. But I feel like, this is tough because we going top 3 with this conversation between Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole. I gotta put, man, it's tough. It's almost interchangeable between the number 1 spot between Kendrick and J. Cole. I feel like you can learn life lessons from both J. Cole and Kendrick. They also rap about the too. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I could choose either one. But let's end the debate right here. They say you as good as your last thing, right? Not saying they completely finished making music, but we gonna put GNX versus The Fall Off. I've heard both of them several times. And they both are lyrical. Beats fire on both of them. I do love the West Coast spot. Tell him Kendrick did it. And tell him Kendrick did it. You know, mustard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, mustard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love the bops on GNX. But that fall off though, he showed that he never fell off. Jermaine. Cole. Yeah. Yo. Only reason, all right, I'm going to put Kendrick number 2. GNX is under the fall off. And I'm going to tell you why. I feel like the fall off is just hip hop in like its purest form. Like, you know what I mean? GNX, I feel like it was fueled by a lot of beef and not hatred, but it was just some get back. It's like, it's just this is my get back to some guy that's been like basically weighing down the industry. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Like, and when I say weighing down, I mean like it was just first of all, I'm gonna say that I can't be mad at nobody that's great and doing their I wanna say job really well. Like, I can't take that away from nobody. And Drake was the top tier rapper for like 10, 20 years, but like I said 10, 20 years. Like, it feel like it's been 20 years, but like at least over 10 years. And I feel like he ain't really had no substance for real. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Like that. I'm talking about the type of substance that's uplifting communities and stuff like that. Like, and what Drake say in Family Matters, Kendrick rap like he trying to free the slaves. Okay, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with breaking people out of their mind, trying to break people out of their mindsets of what's been given to them constantly, and they're just unaware of it. If I say as a rapper that all you talk about is glorifying gun violence, taking drugs, buying Birkin bags for women, and just being materialistic with everyone, then, like, you know what I'm saying? That's just what you do. Like, and like, if you get somebody that's doing that for 10 plus years, yeah, you weighing them down because you giving people no other way of, you're not showing that it's no other way of thinking besides party, diamond chains, flexing. You see what I'm saying? I feel like I don't get that. I don't. Like, I just don't get it. It's like, it's either you a heartbroken lover boy or you on partying bullshit all the time. And that's cool. I love that type music. Don't get me wrong. I love that type music, but it's like, I can't stand by it, man. I can't stand by it 1,000%. Like, I don't want to hear that all the time. Like, I feel like it's more to life than that. But when you got somebody that's a blend like a Kendrick, where it's it's the bull rap about, and then, like, you know what I'm saying? Then they can give you the woke conscious stuff, tell you to, oh, be strong. You know what I mean? Keep doing you. Be aware of your surroundings, things that's being fed to you without you even knowing, like stuff like that. I can stand by it. So yeah, Kendrick got that, but with this fall off, I'm telling you, it's number 1. Who disagrees? Put it in the comment section right now if you disagree when I say the fall off is better than GNX. I'ma look at you like you crazy. It's just so much substance with the fall off, man. My man rapped his life backwards. Not saying he the first one to do it, but it's like the type of skill, like this man is calculated. He's thinking. He's giving you his life, and it's so relatable to the point where it's like, I don't even, like, how you come up with that, J. Cole? My man is going around touching fans, literally. No Diddy, but he going around selling the CDs out the trunk of the car, driving around in cities, being like approachable. Like he outside, doing it the old school way. I mean, it really make you think of the old school hip hop. And I'm not like one of them old heads that, oh, back in my day, we used to do graffiti on the wall. That's real hip hop. But no, like in the essence of hip hop, and hip hop don't get talked about enough for how like the effect it has and how great it's been. I know people say that out of 50 years of hip hop, like hip hop, what has it done in the grand scheme of things? It does something. It changes moods. It brings people together. At times, it disconnected people. Like, don't get me wrong, but I feel like for the most part, it does good when, you know, people of your same ethnicity or someone that's passionate about music, the way that you like music, it can move mountains. Like, it can move people, man. I'm telling you, it's that strong. And I honestly think that might be the reason Drake and Kendrick beefed in the first place. Because if somebody had all the strength in the world and they're using it for like things that shouldn't even matter, you're using it, that's affecting people. They're using it. They had all right. I'm gonna break it down. All right, so if somebody had all this money, right? We got like, and they up here. We got money too. We down here. But we think to get this money up here, we got to do everything that the person is doing up here to get it. Even if it's wrong. Even if they doing something that's just not quite right. But we thinking, all right, that must be how it is. I feel like Kendrick said, nah, you can be up here, but you ain't got to do the bull that's going on up here. You see what I'm saying? And once that clashed, and like he tried to open the eyes to people, and if people start agreeing to the things he was opening their eyes to, that's when things got messy. Now, when you got the person that's up here saying, oh, you're not taking me back down here, because you see what I'm saying? I'm going to just keep doing what I got to do up here, the things I've been doing, even though it might be wrong. I'm going to keep doing it, and you're not going to make me come down. You're going to have to knock me down. You're going to have to take me out for me to come back down. And that's what Kendrick had to do. You see what I'm saying? He had to take him out. Drake ain't been the same since. Let's keep it real. Is he still Drake? Yes. Is he still arguably the greatest rapper of all time? Yes. But you can't tell me it wasn't a shift in hip hop and the things people were talking about and things like that, man. It's real. That's real, man. And I don't never pray on the next man downfall. But the way that music was going and how it was like, I feel like there is no fall off without Drake going down. Like, I don't know. That might be like a crazy theory, but I feel like it could be a fall off. Let me correct that. I feel like it could be a fall off, but it won't have the same effect. Because if people will still party, you know what I mean, like doing all the that was promoted, then the fall off, like the ears are not listening. Like they're not as willing to hear a J. Cole if Drake doesn't come down. It could have been an all one grand scheme, I'm telling you. But we gonna get off that. But with that though, like with that, people thinking they gotta come up here and do what the people that's higher up doing just to be successful, you don't. Stop idolizing these celebrities, I'm telling y'all, man. Because these celebrities are messed up. Like, they are in a program. Most of them don't even control their own lives. Most of them doing things just because it works, like it gets them money. If I knew that saying something negative towards my community, then this is messed up. I'm not saying me, like Eldric Valentine saying this, but some of them people in those higher positions think that if I continue to do whatever I'm doing and it works every time, I gotta keep doing it to sustain my life. And that's not true. Like, if you know something wrong and it go against your own moral code, then don't do it. Like, I guess at a certain point, people depend on you and everything like that, so you gotta keep doing it. But somebody, like, if you keep doing that, somebody gonna bring you down. You're gonna run into a Kendrick, and we it don't have to be in music. In whatever craft you got, you're gonna run into a Kendrick, and you're gonna be humbled. But back to the whole celebrity thing, like what I was watching on TV, I was watching Top Model. You know, from You Wanna Be on Top. Top Model from back in the day. You remember UPN? I know y'all remember UPN. You know, back they had Girlfriends, they had One-on-One, they had All of Us, like they had the classics, but they also had America's Next Top Model. Now they have a series. It's a docuseries. I think that's what it's called. The genre. It's a docuseries of the show and how it used to affect people. How it affected the people that's on the show. Now, don't get me wrong, man. Tyra Banks. Whew, when I was a kid, I used to love her down. I'm talking about, like, I had a real crush on Tyra Banks. I'm talking about she was a woman crush every day. It was that deep. But it was one of those things where it was like, I didn't realize because I was so young the things they were doing on the show. And after I watched this documentary, I was like, damn, Tyra got to be held accountable for ruining some of these people's lives. Now, like, I done seen some stuff on the documentary. I didn't think this, like, honestly, I look at Tyra Banks completely different. I look at her different. I still respect her as a black woman because how far she came and how she was able to do a lot for herself, given the time that it was, where like our people wasn't really given shows and opportunities like that on the network because they were ran by some other power structure that didn't really want to see us win. And that's just saying it, I guess, politely. But when I tell you, I watched this docuseries and I was like, this was damaging to the women, to the staff involved, and it was really like eye-opening to some of the nonsense that TV was back then. And I feel like in 2026, nobody's going for that. For example, you know, they had different cycles, as they call them. Like, it's like, I guess the seasons will be called cycles, like cycle 1, cycle 2. It was this one girl, this black woman. She was on the first season, and I don't know the names. I don't remember the names, but they said that they were just saying real derogatory things to her that you can't say in today's society. And I know today's society is more sensitive, but although it is more sensitive, it's certain things that is just correct. Things were corrected over time. Like this one black girl, they said that she would come. They said her hair basically was like unfit, pretty much. Like it was like, I don't know how to call it. Like they say she was coming to the set, the shoot. They said they was coming to the shoot. She was coming to the shoot ashy, like things like that. They was really like picking apart the things that she were doing. Like it was like certain things. Like if you ashy, you ashy. Don't get me wrong. Like black people nowadays, like we know what it's like to, you know, come up in your skin dry. But then they made her cut her hair off like she had a shortcut. Now, you know, a shortcut and like nowadays is like, you know, it's good. Like, you know, you can get, like women can get away with the shortcut. Everything don't got to be this long, luscious hair or whatever you want to call it. And your natural hair is glorified. And I love that about black women. Oh, I love my black women, man. For real. But when she was on the show, They told her to cut all her hair off. And it wasn't like how you got short hair already and then they tell you to go bald. So they tell her go bald. And, you know, if you're on a show and you got the top model, the top of top models, Tyra Banks saying, oh, you got to do this in order for you to fit the mold of whatever we got going on. And you're a contestant and you trying to make it. Of course you're going to do it. They put her in a barber chair. It wasn't even a barber chair. No. It wasn't even that. They put her in a stylist chair or whatever. White women start cutting their hair off. They using the wrong clippers. They just grinding. They going against the grain on their hair. It just making her, like, it was disrespectful. They was using the wrong equipment for people with our hair texture. That's one instance. They made the black girl feel like she was, you know, less than. Another part of the show was another black girl. They said she had a gap tooth. They said, and if you want to continue on with this competition, I don't know her name neither, but they was like, if you want to continue in this competition, you will close the gap in your mouth. Like it wasn't even like nothing crazy. It wasn't like a Michael Strahan or nothing like that. But she just had a little, you know what I'm saying? I think even I got a little gap right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's something small. It was noticeable. Like, yeah, you can tell like this is like, but her smile was still amazing. It's like one of them things, even with your imperfections, you were just still gorgeous. And people got to know that about themselves. If you have imperfections like you got a little, your teeth don't line up perfectly and they just maybe a little crooked. J.Cole, coming back to the J.Cole conversation, got a song called Crooked Smile. And he also got a song called Love Yours. And that's what you should do, because whatever imperfections you have, it's unique about you. And it's you. And you should love it because no one else is like you. Of course, if we do feel like we have things that's completely wrong with us or things we can improve on, it's nothing wrong with fixing that. But having someone tell me that you're not good enough because of how you naturally look in life, that's wrong. That's wrong. So they tell a girl, going back to the girl, they tell her to close the gap in her mouth. They made her go to a dentist and get a closure in her mouth. Like, I don't know if it was like some type of braces or something like that, but they kind of like pointed in her teeth so she wouldn't have a gap. So they do that, and they do that to another girl. This is a white girl. They did that to her as well, and they yanked her teeth out because her teeth like overlapped a little bit. They yanked her teeth out, and then it was a botched surgery on her mouth. I'm like, yo, this show was wow. I never knew this growing up because I'm just looking like they just show you the cuts. You know, like, you know what I mean? They all of a sudden they in a dentist chair. Next thing you know, they back on a shoot. But these girls was messed up. Their mouth was messed up. And all because Tyra Banks told her you wouldn't fit in our program because you got a little gap in your mouth. It was never no follow-up on a dentist work or none of that. Like they just threw them to the wolves and just said, you know what, come back. And then they do all that and then they get eliminated. That same show, I think they got eliminated, or like they never made it to the end. Like, you know what I mean? So you got this botched surgery on your mouth. You're not a model no more. And then you got to go back to your regular life. Like, they really played games, and it's not even done yet. It was another instance where it was this one girl. I think I wrote her name down. If not, her name was like I think it was Shandy or something like that. So she had a situation on one of the seasons, right? And it's going to be the last story I got from there. This is just to show you an example to not idolize these people and stop letting people make you something that you not. You know what I'm saying? But it's this one girl. Now, don't get me wrong. She was wrong. She was wrong with her actions, but I'll give you the story, how much, you know, it affected her on this show. So this one girl, the producers of this show really set her up for failure. Her own actions is her own actions, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, what she did possibly could have been wrong, but she goes on the show. They're often like overseas somewhere. Her and there's one particular model, and the rest of the girls, they're in the house, they're bored, and the producer suggests that, and it's been alleged that it was Tyra from the interviews I seen after the fact, but they said that they're gonna invite male models to the show. Now, mind you, these girls are like home away from home. I guess they just been doing modeling, so you would want to have fun in between like your shoots because the show seems stressful. You see what I'm saying? So they invite these male models to the show to go into their dorm, I guess, to wherever they're living at in between shoots, and they start mingling with the dudes. So the one girl, Shandy or whatever her name is, she starts mingling with this one dude, and they end up having sex in the shower or something like that. Wow, wow. They end up having sex, and then the whole time the girl has a boyfriend back home that she calls up on the show, but she did this with this one guy. And she woke up on the show like this is one of the girls that was like almost guaranteed to win the show. She was doing that good until this moment. So she comes in, she has sex with the guy, and then after the fact, she calls her, and this is all on camera. She calls her boyfriend saying, "Oh, I did something bad. I cheated on you." Whole thing recorded. She's crying on the phone. I'm talking about real traumatizing moment. I'm talking about the type of moment that that's super embarrassing, because not only did you have to admit to your boyfriend that you did that to him, but then it's on TV, and now the whole world has this perception of you that you're like this big like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. So fast forward, like, her modeling after that was complete trash. She was out of it. She was not in the zone. I'm talking about she got the worst pictures she ever had, and she gets eliminated. Fast forward again. This is after Top Model was done. And remember Tyra Banks had that show? That she had her own show. I think it was, I'll forget the network, but she had her own talk show. So she invites the girl on the show. I think that, I don't know if it was the girl herself or like it was just people from past seasons, but she goes on the show and she talks to Tyra backstage like, "Look, that was a real that was trauma in my life that I don't want to like revisit. So can you not play the video on the show and don't revisit that moment?" So they all go on the set. They at this point they in front of the crowd. They're all on the talk show. They sitting down, and Tyra says, "Remember this moment on the show? How did it affect you?" And they play the video. Oh my God. The betrayal. The betrayal. Like, this is crazy right now. Like, how do you sit there and have a conversation? If I'm on your show and I say backstage, "Look, this is what we're not going to talk about. This is a really bad experience for me. This was very harmful to my mental health. I don't want to relive this again, and I'm really traumatized by this experience." But yet you sit there and you play it in front of the audience so I can relive it again, and you open up that wound that I'm just now recovering from. I don't know, man. That's pretty slimy. Like, I feel like if you got to do all that just for ratings, you got to really put people down and all that. That's crazy. So I don't know, man. Tyra Banks was on over the years, and her coworkers, her co-hosts, Miss J. I just remember Miss J because like he's still a meme to this day. Like, that's crazy. Like, what's the I'll put it on the screen if you don't know the meme, but I'm pretty sure you see this not meme but GIF all the time that they use all the time in the comment sections. Like, that's how I remember him. But her two other co-hosts, I think his name was Nigel, not something like that, and I don't know. Even they said, "Look, Tyra, she was moving foul out here. Like, she was really uh she cut them off, and she was just doing everything for ratings." And you know what? Like I said, I respect that she built a platform for herself like that, but it's what you do to people that matters. Whoever's in your life, you gotta be aware of what you're doing to these people. If somebody's your close friends, you don't do that to them, man. You don't put them in positions where it's harmful for them, their careers, because at one point they stood by you when nobody else did. Nobody else did. They stood by you. And to basically just sacrifice their happiness to make what you got going on better, or what you perceive as better for ratings or whatever, then that's wrong. I never do wrong by the gang. And I pray that they would never do wrong by me, you know, but when is it enough, man? When do we realize, like, okay, I'm really hurting people out here? I guess people step on whoever they got to step on to get to the top. And you know what? Sometimes in life that happens. Even unintentionally, it happens. But I tell you one thing. The ones that stood by me from the beginning, I could never cross them. I could never cross them. Never. Because I know what it's like to not have no one. But the real ones that stick by your side, they got to be cherished. They got to be protected at all times. I'm not going to let somebody that I just met, you know what? As I'm saying is, I know that you can't take everybody with you. Damn, I just had to think about that. You really can't take everybody with you. At the same time, I would never purposely put nobody that I love in harm's way. Just to please somebody, some executive somewhere. But maybe I'm just speaking on something I know nothing about. Maybe I'm speaking on something that I don't know. In order that I know I talk about getting to the top, but what it's going to take to get there, I don't know. In my heart of hearts, I feel like I would never disrespect my folks like that. Never. But I know for a fact, at the same time, you can't take everybody to the top with you. I don't know, man. I need to know how y'all feel about that one. I need to know how y'all feel about that one, because I know that's gonna cause like some conversation. People gonna wanna. I just need to hear y'all opinions, man. Am I tripping? That sometimes you can't take your folks to the top, even if you at the top, you can't take your folks with you. Things change, and when you're dealing with certain people, it's not just your opinion anymore. It's the opinion of others, your team, your business. They're gonna do what's best for the business. They're going to do what's best for the business. You can't satisfy everyone. I know that for a fact. You cannot satisfy. You can't please everyone. You can't take everybody with you. So Tyra, I don't know if you're wrong. I don't know if you're right. I'm just going off what they said. Your coworkers, your co-hosts. They say you did them wrong. But I don't know if you was just doing what you had to do. And you know what? Another thing is that you can't even take people to the top, even if they're your family. You can't take them to the top with you. Segue. Going off that, I was thinking about that whole Glorilla situation. Yeah. Glorilla and Brorilla, as they call her. I'm not calling no woman Brorilla. I get it that she's a stud, as she would say. She's a stud. At the same time, like, I'm not calling her no Brorilla. I'm gonna just say Glorilla sister and keep it, respectful. But it was a whole situation. Now I definitely want to hear y'all opinion on this. Glorilla said that basically I gotta say that again. Glorilla's sister said that Glorilla owes her money because she up now. She hit, as she said, because she hit and she made it. So she owes her money. Like, she owes it to her. And I'm like, no, she don't. It's amazing how many people actually think that. Just because I'm doing well, I have to give you money or anything for that matter. Like, if you're my family, all right, put it like this. If I'm rich, and just because we share a bloodline, like we might be cousins or something like that, I don't have to give you a thing. I don't got to give you nothing. Nathaniel, nada. I ain't got to give, because one thing you wasn't doing was shooting with me in the gym. You wasn't. Sorry. Now, if you was somebody that looked out for me and made it possible for me to get here, oh yeah, you're going to be taken care of. In some way, shape, or form, I would be a person if I didn't look after you like how you looked after me when I was before the fame. Like if you made it happen, if you helped me get to where I'm at and I don't do right by you, that's terrible. But if you sitting there saying that I owe you a part of my success because we lived in the same house and that's it, never mind. Like you put me through, or if we actually was cool or not, or we were, cordial, whatever. Like if we didn't have a good upbringing, and I'm not talking about from the parents, I'm talking about me and you, we didn't have a good rapport, and I couldn't stand your guts, and you made my life miserable. But just because we slept in the same bed, well, you know what? It might be just I don't know the girl name. We just gonna say Glorilla. All right, now we gonna say Glorilla. So if just because you slept in the same bed as me, I owe you money? Look, if you my mother, I got you. My father, I got you. But don't think that just because you cousin, sister, brother, uncle, or whatever, like you get part of my bag. Like you got up. You don't get my bag. You don't get my bag. No. You got me. It's a problem in this world, a real problem, because a lot of people, they just want something for nothing. Something for nothing, man. Forget all the work I put in. You just want to just leech off whatever I'm doing. That's not how I work. That's not how I work. Like, let me know in the comment section if you think that someone truly owes you just because you're in their family. Like, no. Like, and don't hit me with the joint neither. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got this business. Can you know what I mean? Can you finance it just because you up? Like, what? Y'all be killing me. Like, to go into that more, do right by your folks. Do right by your folks, man, for real. Because if someone truly did take care of you and helped you get to where you are, take care of them, man. It don't even got to be the financial all the time. And this don't matter if you rich or you work a regular 9 to 5 or something like that. It don't matter. Take care of your folks. Take care of the people that took care of you. Show them love. If it's not financially, because I know that's not always the case. That's not everybody's case. Not everybody can be the financial provider for everyone. That is the reality. You know what I'm saying? But just check on them. Something. It's important to stand by the people who stood by you, because that's all we got in this world, man. Because you're going to run into a lot of fake opportunists that just want to be around you just because you got whatever you got going on. You got a car and somebody's on a bus. Like they you just because you driving. Like, you know what I mean? Any little thing that convenience their life through you, they'll just try to latch on to you because of it. But the ones that just purely love you or been there for you, just for you being you, stand by them, support them, and do what you got to do for them. And y'all just love on each other, man. And I don't always mean like the romantic stuff. I mean, but just love each other as if, we just had their back, and, Lord willing, they would have your back as well. If y'all haven't already, I need y'all to hit that subscribe button. Nowadays, you gotta like and hype the button. You can like a video, that's cool, but they got this little hype button on YouTube that if you hit that, it brings more attention to the video. Now, one thing with Eldric Reacts, we used to have a lot of traffic. We used to have a niche. We used to be in the algorithm, but somehow that algorithm is thrown off because I do a lot of things. I don't know if I probably can't be in a certain niche because I do a lot of things. This is a variety channel. I do a lot of things. It's all in the Eldric Reacts style, but I might do music one day. I might do movies one day. I'm talking about the reactions. I might upload the podcast one day talking about whatever. But one thing I do know is that the channel is it goes up and down, like, you know what I mean? But if you support me on all platforms. We Eldric Reacts. So if you support me, just drop that like, hit that subscribe button, hype the video, leave a comment. That's even better. I love my comment givers, man. I love interacting with people dropping the comments. But another thing that's going on, I wanted to talk about. Now this is off the cuff. Now all the things I've written down, I talked about already. But Geechi Gotti, because I do gotta talk about my battle rap and my battle rap fans, because that's what we bring a lot on this channel. And that whole, we gotta stop glorifying the free so and so. If somebody, we could say, we could say free whoever, but if we know they did something that's harmful to themselves, like, and they just gotta sit, man. Like, let's normalize saying keep your head up in there, keep going in there, like you gonna, you know, that, because it's like the whole yelling free so and so when they clearly did something wrong, and you can't stand by that. Ain't no freedom. No, I'm gonna just say hold your head up in there like that. That's all I'm saying, because he know what he did is wrong. That whole thing, mind you, I don't know what's going on in his family, what he got to do to take care of his family, but I know people with certain opportunities in life, and they work their way to get so high in their craft, and they're able to profit from it and do things the legit way. Is no reason. I'm telling you, it's no reason to still be doing illegal stuff. Like he could have just he could have got money on the strength. Like, I don't know. Only way I can think of that a person of his caliber, and not saying he like the richest person in the world or nothing like that, but someone that has motion and can have legit ways to make money, it's no reason to do illegal stuff at this point. The only way I can think of that you would like got some type of ties to like some criminal organization or whatever, that's the only way. And it was like, either do this or I'm gonna get your family. Like, it gotta be something extreme for you to risk it all like this. I'm talking about like his back had to be against the wall and he had to move this pack or whatever, or rob this or whatever, in order for, like, it's either do that or something gonna happen. It had to be some type of extreme circumstance. There's no other way for you to be a famous rapper still robbing pharmacies, man. Like it's no, I can't even justify it. Can y'all justify it? I'm gonna look in the camera. Can y'all justify it? Can y'all justify somebody who's famous and can make money legit in many different ways and have several incomes that they can go and still rob banks or rob pharmacies for drugs? Like, is that, I don't understand that. I can't, like, who, I know people gonna ride and die for the people they look up to. In the comment section, they gonna be like, oh yeah, you don't know his life. You ain't yet. Okay, fine. I'm not never claimed to be. I'm a hood. So therefore I understand that people gotta do what they gotta do. At the same time, it's like, you can't justify it, man. I'm not letting nobody tell me that a man that has all this going on and has all this popularity still is still right to be doing this. Like, what are y'all doing? I don't understand. Like, I be seeing in the comment section, like, they be like clapping it up what he doing, like they just think it's like normal or something like that. Nah, man, I don't get it. I don't get it. But honestly, yeah, I ain't want this to be too long, man. I'm trying to stay consistent on the podcast. Eldric be yapping. If you want to get these shirts too, they available on my YouTube channel. The Eldric React. Let me try and get in the camera. The Eldric React shirts, because I'm a fan. My favorite movie growing up when I was a kid was The Mask with Jim Carrey. So I kind of like put that in there, with the green face, but then my hair, back when I first started my locks, that's how my hair looked with the fade on the side. You know what I'm saying? And I also like One Piece, which is like, I'm not like the biggest anime fan in the world, but One Piece is definitely like my favorite anime after Dragon Ball. And that, Gear 5, like how he's like Gear 5, I know I was talking away from the mic, my bad. That Gear 5 when he's like a Looney Tune character, basically, like it's kind of like that too in the shirt. That was like my whole idea with that. Plus, I'm gonna show y'all, if I can. I still got the barcode in the back that link you to the channel. So, you know what I'm saying? Like cop the shirts, man. I would appreciate it if y'all do, because you know, these streets is real out here in these YouTube streets. You gotta make a little coin. I'm trying to make a little, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for being here. That's all I really wanted to talk about. Like I said, I'm not trying to make these too long. If I had more people here with me, then maybe it would be a longer conversation. But I wanted it to be like a little quick, under an hour for sure. And yeah, I definitely got some things in the works, but it's not quite ready yet. I'm working on a project with a group, a new group, but it's not fully in there yet. So I'm gonna keep that on hush. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for being here. And as I always say, time is something y'all can never have back, but y'all spend y'all time with me. So I appreciate y'all for that. Y'all like Whoopi Goldberg. Eldric Yapping podcast on Eldric Reacts. Yeah.